Tanzania and Rwanda sign an agreement to jointly patrol border areas. Citizen TV journalist Maribe released on bail. Former Taifa Stars player Mtemi Ramadhan contributes to the national team. Good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. The police forces of Tanzania and Rwanda have signed an agreement to jointly patrol the border areas which are in Kagera region and separate the two countries in order to fight against various types of crime which often occur on the border areas between the two countries. These crimes include illegal trading activities, poaching, drugs trafficking and human trafficking. The agreement was signed between the two countries by the Inspector General of Police in Tanzania, IGP Simon Siro, and the Inspector General of Police in Rwanda, IGP Dan Mnyunza, during a brief ceremony that took place inside the hall of a building which houses the efforts of both countries to provide joint border services at the Rusumo border in Ngara district.
I can say crimes have reduced to a large extent. However, there are still some challenges with the smuggling business and terrorism. I am pleading for citizens to support our efforts by reporting incidents that are suspicious. I am grateful to the IGP of Rwanda and the President of Rwanda for taking immediate actions whenever there are some crimes between our borders. This operation that we are looking forward to do around Kagera River is wise for both police forces from Tanzania and Rwanda to cooperate.
Just working together in sensitizing them against the crimes that we mentioned, then the message can be more effective and we can see a reduction in crime.
The agreement reached today will boost security along these areas. My call to people in Kagera and Rwandans living at the borders is to participate in supporting these efforts so that goals set can be achieved.
IPP Group of Companies, in partnership with Touchmate Company of Dubai, has established a company that will be known as IPP Touchmate and manufacture state-of-the-art electronic products. These products will be sold at affordable prices in order to enable many Tanzanians to be able to afford them. As he was announcing the setting up of the company in Dar es Salaam, the executive chairman of IPP, Dr. Reginald Mengi, said that within the next 3 months, the company will begin producing handheld mobile phones, computers and tablets in the country. In addition, Dr. Mengi said that the newly formed company will offer many jobs to people with disabilities, as this will be the fulfillment of a promise which he made to the Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa during the launch of his institution to help people with disabilities. Speaking during the function, the founder and chief executive officer of Touchmate Company, Vasant Mehani, said that he and his company are happy to set up a company in Tanzania via joint venture with IPP Limited. Furthermore, Mr. Mehani said that he expects the newly formed company will greatly benefit many Tanzanians.
We can do it. What we need to do is to have self-belief that we can do it. In the past, some believed that we could not do it, but why can't we? Others don't have blood made in gold or diamonds. Their blood is just like ours, and we are just as educated. So the belief that we can is true. The truth is we are more able in some instances.
Motto of falsafa ya kusema tunaweza ni kweli tunaweza. We bring our experience to the market for the service government as well as the youth and establish more jobs, which is I think nearly 2,000 jobs we are planning to create within a 1 year time. And for this one we are going to establish one factory here for the mobile phones in the first phase. Second phase will be the tablets and third phase will be the notebooks, and fourth phase will be a range of accessories and peripherals, and whatever the latest trend is coming up for the smart home solutions, so that we are going to do simultaneously.
Tunategemea production ya kwanza ndani ya siku 90.
We expect the first production to begin 90 days from today in 3 months' time.
Lakini tunavyoenda kwenye digital economy,
in going to the digital economy, there is a need to have affordable smartphones, and this is a start to empowering Tanzanians to own a mobile phone that is smart. As we move into the digital economy, everything will be done on the phone.
Tanzania Revenue Authority TRA in Kilimanjaro region has shut down an illegally operated factory, Season Drinks, which manufactures very strong alcohol in the small town of Kimo in Moshi. This comes after it was discovered that the factory did not possess a business license. The Assistant Manager of Customs and Revenue of TRA in Kilimanjaro, Mr. Godfrey Kitundu, and Tanzania Foods and Drugs Authority Officer, Mr. Edward Milawa, both said that the Season Drinks factory had been found to have committed various offences.
As TRA, we have proved beyond reasonable doubts from the products that have been made from a factory called Seasonal Drinks Limited, where the main business is in Arusha, but here they are operating as a branch. As TRA, we have proved that operations that are done here are not conducted according to the laws and regulations of taxes in the country, because first, they don't have TIN number, which shows that this is a branch factory. Normally, if one is operating business in different places, one must have branch copy, which they do not have here. There are also products without labels. We have seen there is a lot of work to be done at this factory. We have taken all the products. We will leave with the factory auditor and other documents. As a police force, what we can say is that our fellows from TRA and TFDA, we are working in most cases together. When TRA discovers that there are some cases of tax evasion, we as the police force are there to make sure that security and peace are maintained. We are protecting TRA and citizens too. That is our responsibility, and procedures that are taken by these newly established industries, they are all administrative procedures. However, there are special procedures that shall be taken to verify the legality of these activities. And as police force, we will work closely with our fellows from TRA whenever they will need us. We will be there 24/7. So that taxes of this country are collected and used in development activities for the benefits of this nation.
The Minister for Energy, Dr. Medad Kalemani, has said that all hydropower generators are not only working well, but they're working at a high level of efficiency, as was advised by experts. In addition, Minister Kalemani said that Tanzanians can be assured that they will soon get reliable power supply, in contrast to last year, when some of the hydropower generators were not working well. Minister Kalemani made those remarks when he visited the Kidatu Power Generation Station in Kilombero District, Morogoro region.
My fellow citizens, electricity job is not easy. REA and TANESCO, please cooperate with the constructor and bring him back to work from tomorrow. I want to see new transformers installed at these two villages. All that you residents need to do is get yourself ready to receive electricity. Those who have not finished electrical wire installations in your houses, please complete the exercise now and pay 27,000 shillings only. There are some technical challenges. Kidatu started production in 1975, which is 43 years to date. When we were installing these power plants, the technology is different from the current one. That is why when something is broken, it is difficult to find the very kind of spares in the market. The only way we can tackle this problem is by changing the technology.
Hundreds of passengers have been stranded at Ubungo bus station following an operation by road safety police which led to 30 buses which had committed road safety offences, including increasing bus fares and bus deficiencies, were stopped from continuing with their trip.
We want everyone to obey the law and charge fare according to what class his vehicle is classified. There are some owners who don't take seriously safety of the vehicles. Our hope is that the police will address this matter. As you know, the duty of the traffic police is to safeguard road safety, and what we have been doing is to inspect buses to establish if they are roadworthy. And since we started, at least 400 buses have been inspected and 34 have been found with defects.
Lakini mabasi 34 tumebaini yana matatizo mbalimbali.
The Regional Commissioner of Mwanza, John Mongela, led journalists and other stakeholders of the sector in bidding farewell to the body of the late Isaac Gamba, a journalist of the Kiswahili division of Radio Deutsche Welle at UTPC grounds in Isamilo area, after the body arrived at Mwanza Airport from Dar es Salaam. The convoy carrying the body of the late Isaac Gamba is in Bunda and will be buried there tomorrow.
He was hardworking, committed in his profession, which all of us can learn from. When Isaac was in Germany working for Deutsche Welle, he also represented Tanzania, and he did so well, as evidenced by the support he has received. Gamba of Radio 1, he was one of the presenters who was especially talented. He had a lot of love for his fellow workers. Those who worked with him will agree with me. He was a light-hearted guy, and when he first started, he came to do a sports program, but ended up doing other programs too. When Isaac came to DW, he said that he no longer wanted to do sports. He wanted to do a current affairs program, but I persuaded him to do sports because I knew he was good at it. So he did that, and when he started reporting on German League, he became one of the star presenters.
May the late Isaac Gamba rest in peace. And Iringa Regional Court has read out a total of 9 charges, including economic sabotage, to 9 poachers accused of having killed a total of 6 elephants in Bomipa Community Forest Reserve and Ruaha National Reserve. When reading out their charges in case number 12 of 2018 before Iringa District Court, Judge Andrew Scout, the government prosecutor Grace Mpatili, said that between January and February of this year, the accused Jonas Adam Nzilano, Agostino Atilio, Nziku Aulera, and Kanyopa and Oscar Abraham Mlaki planned to engage in illegal poaching of endangered animals against Section 384 of Criminal Offences number 16 and its 2002 amendments. One of the accused, Jonas Adam Nzilano, famously known as Chandeo, asked the judge to insist that the prosecution speed up investigations into the case because the accused is suffering in jail without the option of bail. The case has been postponed to November 5th when it will come up for another mention. Small-scale gold miners in Songwe District, Songwe region have complained on the high level of council taxes as well as other levies that are not friendly to their operational costs, and claim that by not having official areas set aside for them, they are forced to buy gold rocks and process them rather than mining the gold themselves.
If a miner mines in just one location, then one license must be used, rather than different licenses to be used for every fresh drill, which can be quite expensive. We've had their complaints, and it was approved in the budget to complete this year first, so we can lower the price to 1,000 shillings per day.
And that's all for national news. International news is up next.
The relaunched Financial Times is the premier business newspaper in Tanzania. The Financial Times is a weekly source of information and business insight for the most successful leaders, executives, investors, and entrepreneurs in Tanzania and throughout the East Africa region. We provide critical business insight and in-depth features on companies, people, strategies, ideas, and economic trends. The Financial Times offers an unrivaled platform for advertisers to enhance brand awareness and move products. We will enable you to reach confident and informed consumers and decision makers who are ready to buy, which includes company CEOs, CFOs, managers, entrepreneurs, policymakers in government, politics and civil society, diplomats, members of the academia, and other key influencers. See examples of advertisement opportunities featured in Financial Times sections below. Telecom sections, real estate section, company news, banking, finance and insurance industry, information technology, national, regional and global markets overview, motoring, lifestyle. Get your copy of Financial Times for 2,000 Tanzania shillings only.
And in international news, Citizen TV journalist Jacqueline Maribe has been released on bail, while her co-accused Joseph Irungu, alias Joey, has been denied bail. Maribe has been freed on a cash bail of 1 million Kenyan shillings with 3 sureties of a similar amount, or 2 million Kenyan shillings bond with 1 surety of a similar amount. In his ruling, Justice James Wakiaga indicated that there was no indication that she is a flight risk, and prosecution did not prove that she could interfere with witnesses. The court, however, directed that Mariba should not read the news during the period that the case is fixed for hearing, and that the second accused shall not make any contact with witnesses, either directly or indirectly, until the determination of the case.
Therefore, find and all the other prosecution has not placed before the court compelling reason to enable me deny the second accused shall not make any contact with any of the prosecution witnesses, either directly or indirectly, until final determination of this case. The accused shall not read news directly or indirectly connected with this case, including the victim's family.
Any citizen who will cause conflict or breach of peace in Uganda will be shot, according to a letter by President Yoweri Museveni to heads of defense and safety divisions. President Museveni has also banned use of tear gas and warning shots when dispersing citizens. Citizens of the Democratic Republic of Congo who are blind have asked the Electoral Commission to give them directives on how to vote using computers on December 23rd, because their inability to see is a big challenge for them.
On the voting machines, we are having questions because the blinds can't use them. And if they look for assistance to go with someone, still they can't see, so there won't be any assurance.
That is all for international news. Do stay with us. We'll be back shortly with business.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back and on to business news. The regional government of Mtwara said that Tanzania Ports Authority TPA has every reason to review the large transport costs charged at the port of Mtwara, which have contributed to a shift by entrepreneurs in Komoro, halting business with Tanzania and also leading to cashing out entrepreneurs using the port of Dar es Salaam.
They should sit and analyze how our ports are working. Otherwise, all entrepreneurs will opt to go to Dar es Salaam's port, which piling of luggages will be more, and we will remain with our high charge. Those ships have stopped coming to Mtwara, and they brought the explanations that they can't come to Mtwara because of the high charges. But when they go to Dar es Salaam's port, the prices are low.
As Ruvuma region heads towards the launch of a cashew nut auction market for farmers in Tunduru district, CRDB Bank's Tunduru branch in the region has started mobile banking services aimed at reducing the challenges they were facing in having to travel long distances to find banking services in town.
And this is the service point where our customers will get services. This is the place for cashiers or bank tellers. Also, we have a space which will be the ATM, which is this one. So all the services will be done here, and we will be going to follow them on their location. We are so thankful because before there was a lot of queue. But also, we need these banks to go to the villages. First, to inspire farmers on the usage of banks, which is a safe place to keep their money.
Breaking of the law by not giving receipts causes entrepreneurs in Arusha loss of billions of shillings, and some have been forced to close their businesses because their capital is affected. Some entrepreneurs have asked TRA to reduce the severity of the fines and to increase taxpayer education.
We're just asking the government to have considerations on us, because business is bad, and anytime we can close down. So to get that 4 million as a punishment will be very hard. Our plea as Tanzanian Revenue Authority is that people learn to use these receipts. We are strict on that, and we will keep on with the punishment. The biggest punishment we are given for a person not using the machine receipt is 4.5 million, which on the reality is bringing down the economy of entrepreneurs. The aim is to make sure that people are using the machines rightly. But also our team of EFD Arusha has been working to make sure that all entrepreneurs are given the right receipts, which will add the government's revenue.
And that is all for business news. We'll be back with sports in just a bit.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Céline Garnier.
I'm John Bond from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hippie, the hip, hip, hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette.
With Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And on to sports. Former Simba and Taifa Stars player Mtemi Ramadan has contributed 100,000 Tanzanian shillings to the national team, which will be heading to South Africa in the next few days for their camp prior to the AFCON qualifier against Lesotho.
It is true. I have contributed 100,000 shillings to assist our team so that it can prepare well, because I know it will go to South Africa and stay there for 10 days before heading to the game in Lesotho. So I've contributed a little to help the team. But it is going to be a tough game. Players should know that this Lesotho is not the same one we were playing in our days.
The junior NBA season ends in November 3rd with under-14s and under-16s playing their finals at the JMK Youth Park in Dar es Salaam.
We will have a wheelchair exhibition game after that, and later we'll have an under-16 all-star game before the under-17 boys. In that day, there will also be other things, including three-point shootout, skills challenge, and we'll award the winners. So the All-Star game is newly introduced this season.
After a dreadful start to a season in which they've lost 4 of their first 10 La Liga games and dropped to 9th in the table, Real Madrid have sacked Julen Lopetegui.
The identity of the man replacing him is something of a surprise, especially to outsiders. Santiago Solari is a relatively unknown figure, even in Spain. However, Real's announcement of Solari's appointment made it clear he is only a temporary measure, and there is a widespread assumption that a better-known figure will be recruited before long. Lopetegui's fate was inevitable even before Sunday's humiliating 5-1 El Clasico loss to Barcelona, and the widespread expectation in the wake of that defeat was that former Chelsea boss Antonio Conte will be the new boss at the Bernabeu. However, Conte has not agreed terms with Real president Florentino Perez, and with Lopetegui's position clearly untenable, the club have been forced to take a short-term emergency measure by promoting B-team coach Solari.
The Golden State Warriors' Klay Thompson broke teammate Stephen Curry's NBA record for three-pointers in a single game in a win over the Chicago Bulls.
The 28-year-old shooting guard scored 14 three-pointers in a 52-point performance during a 149-124 victory. 30-year-old Curry held the previous record of 13, achieved in November 2016 against New Orleans Pelicans. I was so anxious because anytime there's an NBA record at stake, you get a little nervous, said Thompson. Thompson gave a hint of what was to come in the opening quarter when he scored 22 points to help the reigning NBA champions to a 44-28 lead. By halftime, the Warriors had increased the advantage to 42 points as they led 92-50.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to bring you this news bulletin, thank you for watching and have a good night.